Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Jaz Munir, and today our topic is listener practice. Listener practice of Nebosh International General Certificate IG1, new IG1, element 4.3 auditing. Element 4.3 auditing. Definition, scope, and purpose of auditing. Auditing is a systematic, objective, and critical evaluation of an organization's health and safety management system. Group exercise. What is the difference between an audit and an inspection? The distinction between audits and inspection checks the workplace, checks records, usually quick, lower cost, may only require basic competence. Part of an audit looks at the physical reality of the workplace. Audit examines documents, examines procedures, interviews workers, verifies standards, checks the workplace, can be a long process, usually expensive, requires a high level of competency, Look at the management system that lies behind this. Pre-audit preparations. The following should be defined: time scales, scope of the audit, area and extent of the audit, who will be required, what documentation will be required. During the audit, auditors use three methods to gather information: paperwork, interviews, observation, documents and records, managers and workers, observation, workplace, equipment, activities, and behavior. During the audit, typical records, documents examined during an audit: health and safety policy, risk assessments and safe system of work, training records, minutes of safety committee meetings, maintenance records and detail of failures, record of health and safety, monitoring activities, for example, tours, inspection, surveys. Accident investigation reports and data, including near miss information, emergency arrangements, inspection reports from insurance companies, output from regulatory visit reports, enforcement action, records of workers' complaints. At the end of the audit, usual to hold a close-out meeting followed with a written report. It is the responsibility of management at all levels to ensure recommendations for improvement are communicated and implemented. Audit may be necessary for certification to ISO 45001. Group exercise. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of an external and internal audit. External and internal audit. Advantage of external audits, disadvantage of external audit. First of all, we discuss advantage. Independent of any internal influence, fresh pair of eyes, may have wider experience of different types of workplace. Recommendations often carry more weight. Disadvantages: expensive, time consuming, may not understand the business, so make impractical suggestions, may intimidate workers, so get incomplete evidence. Advantages: less expensive, auditors already know the business, so know what can be realistically achieved, improves ownership of issues found, builds competence internally. Disadvantage: auditors may not notice certain issue. Auditors may not have good knowledge of industry or legal standards. Auditors may not possess auditing skills, so many may need training. Auditors are not independent, so may be subject to internal influence. Thank you so much for listening.